On Saturday, May the 15th, we're going to have a work day at F.A.I.T.H.Way Ministries in Forest City. Anybody's not familiar with F.A.I.T.H.Way, it's Dave and Susan Johnson's outreach ministry to the community. From what I understand, it's been a lifelong dream of Susan's to do this. And they've been working on it for 15, 20 years. They're about to get there, so we're going to try to help them. They got a kind of a threefold. They want to provide relief to the distressed children that's in need of a home. They're going to offer a family-based discipleship, and they're going to maintain a mission house for furloughed or vacation missionaries that can stay in it. So I encourage you to visit their website, faithwayministries.org. They got a good bit of information on there. We're going to do things a little different than what we do on the M&M days. We're going to gather at Dave and Susan's at 8:30 on Saturday, May the 15th. We'll provide breakfast, and we'll have biscuits of some kind, coffee, juice, water, some drinks. Have some crackers, snack cakes, and about almost anything during the day. You can work as long as you want to. If you want to work till dinner time, if you want to work till 6 o'clock, Dave said he'd keep you busy. So, plenty of room for parking. And at the church on that day, anybody that's got asthma, allergies, don't want to be outside, Lynn's going to be over here at 8:30 that morning. She'll have breakfast, everything also. And they're going to color pictures out of adult coloring books that's got beautiful pictures and it's got scriptures on them. We'll frame them and give them to Dave and Susan to hang in their bedrooms for their children, in their disciple building, in the missionary house, whatever they want to do with them. I got a sign-up sheet on the bulletin board out here. Sign up by Wednesday, May the 12th. If you don't sign up, you might not get to eat breakfast. I'm going to ask Dave to come and show a little video and talk about exactly what they got going on for anybody that's not familiar with it. Y'all come out and participate. I appreciate it.
I'm not sure I have a whole bunch more to say, Billy. You did a good job, except if you don't get signed up, come anyway. We'll have a box of cereal. We'll hook you up. We'll take care of you. So let me take just a few minutes and let you know what in the world this Faithway thing is. Billy mentioned that Susan had a vision of what she wanted to do with her life way back when she was like down here. Okay, she's about here now, but way down here. All right. She told me right up front when we got married, hey, this is what I'm going to do. You want to come along for the ride? Okay. If not, this is what I'm going to do. But so this started out her vision, but this really is our vision. In 2004, we acquired a property here in Forest City. We were right after 20 years of service in the Air Force. We thought we were going to be retiring really soon. We said, well, here's the property. By 2007, we stood up a not-for-profit organization, got it registered with the state, the whole thing. And the Air Force kept telling me, yeah, we're not quite done yet. Hang on a little bit more. So we'd stay a little bit longer. I'd deploy. Susan would buy land. We'd say, okay, it's time to retire. I would deploy. Susan would buy land. What a great partnership. But really, it's taken a while to get where we are today, but it's all God's timing. We would have loved to have been full-time in this years ago, but you know what? That's our plan. God's plan reigns supreme. So let me give you a little bit of a peek here. Just what we have going on right now and where we can kind of let you come alongside and help us out. Billy told you our vision is to have three different things going on here. And let me see here. Yep. All right. So this is the mission house that we have. It's right across the street from us. If you want to know the history of this house, talk to Donnie Millwood. He crashed around this area when it was cow pasture, and he knew the Rollins family who owned this house. We acquired this, and we're in the middle of making it livable. So the first thing that we had to do was the kitchen floor had literally fallen all the way to the red clay. We tore out the floor and we figured out that that was only about a 2-inch fall. It was sitting right on rocks that were on top of the dirt. And needless to say, the bugs ate the floor out. It crashed in. And God bless Sarah. You see her there in the picture. She did the majority of the shovel work to get 16 inches of space between the new floor joists and the bottom. We got the kitchen built in there, and there we go. It's finished out. It's livable. We have it working, and actually, the builders that we have right now working on the next phase are staying in the mission house now. They should be out in a couple of weeks, and we have work to do over here. All right, let me see here. I'm not pointing this in the right direction. There we go. All right. So in the mission house, we have rooms to paint. We still have another floor to repair. We got walls to cover, but it's coming along nicely. There's a couple of families in the church who should recognize this bedroom furniture. They gifted this to us a couple of months ago, and we got to put it to work. So if you're interested in working in a mission house, we have work for you. The vision for the mission house is to partner with the Sandy Run Baptist Association, with Green River, and like-minded churches to provide housing for vacationing and furloughed missionaries. So opportunities with the mission house is, this is an old built on 1920s house, and it needs some TLC, and we'll continue to do that. Longer term, we'll be looking for people who are interested in helping support just keeping the mission house open. We have full utilities in it now, so we're waiting until we have about 6 months of track history and we can figure out what the average monthly cost is just to do taxes, insurance, and utilities, because that's really the only cost that we have keeping this open. So there's an opportunity for you there. So what else we have going on? Yeah. All right, so went a little far. So Discipleship Center, we have on our property at the top of a pasture an old barn. It's really a cool old barn, but it's an old barn, and it is way past salvaging. Here we go. Come on, we're going to get it. All right, so we need to tear the front and the back off of this barn pretty soon before it falls down. Eventually, we want to clear this area and put up a full-blown discipleship center. The Discipleship Center open for Bible studies, like-minded churches to come and to use it. It is part of a not-for-profit, so we can't compete with businesses, but we can take donations that we can plow right back into the ministry. So if you join us in the middle of May, what could you do up here? There's brush to cut and there's walls to come down. If you want some therapeutic destruction opportunity, you want to just take some aggression out on some old barnwood, we got a place for you. So our vision, I don't know if it's going to look like this, but we'd like to put up a steel building, multi-purpose facility that we can house as a conference center. We can run discipleship out of. We have the location. It's a beautiful view, and it's one of the additional visions that God has given us. This really is, God is driving this. We're along for the ride, and we invite you to strap in and join us. So that brings us to really the original part of Susan's vision, was to run a children's home. In the United States, we don't have orphanages anymore because long-term institutional care for kids is just not the way kids in crisis are cared for. Foster system, group homes, there's some institutional care at larger facilities. So right now, the property that we acquired in 2004 has a small cabin, and it's small. It has one bedroom and then a loft bedroom. You can't take care of kids if you don't have bedrooms. So right now, the third week of January, we broke ground. Well, we actually had stuff starting to being built on an addition, which adds 4 bedrooms, a master caretaker suite, and some office and library space. And we are right in the middle of getting that thing dried in. The basement for this is where all of the bedrooms are. That's kind of where we're looking at. But let me show you what's going on. I'm not bouncing this from the right place. All right, this is where we started. Excavation out the end of the cabin, had the basement work going on, and this is kind of where we're at. It is log structure sitting on walls, so we have full basement. And the picture in the middle we actually took this morning for the final progress, and you might look at it and say, what do you mean? I just see trees. Well, that's kind of the cool thing about it, because kids in crisis, kids that have been taken out of their homes, what could they use? They need a safe space, but they need a space where they can just kind of feel protected and maybe a little secluded, quiet. This property is within the city limits of Forest City, but after you get down off of the street, you don't know you're in the city limits, because it really is tucked away in the woods and secluded. So we're about 2 weeks away from having the structure dried in, and then our builders go away, and the rest of it's us. So we're looking for anybody who wants to help. Can you help hold a 2x4 upright while it gets nailed? Then you are a qualified framer. Can you help move around sheetrock? Then you can hang drywall. I don't know exactly where we're going to be at in the middle of May, but we will be with volunteer labor finishing the structure, starting with the basement because that has to be finished for kids. So how far are we from actually taking care of kids? Well, it kind of depends on how much help we get, but we're getting real close. Susan and I have gone through the foster care training system with DSS because that was a likely, logical place to start. Long term, we would like to be away from the formal foster system. A couple of reasons. The foster system limits you to 5 kids, all right, which is still huge. If you take care of 5 foster kids in this county, you're making a difference. We feel God has gifted us with desire and resources and facilities and space where we hope that we can take care of more than 5. So how do you do that? Well, it kind of depends on where God takes us, but you can grow additional homes and actually have more foster families on the property. You can transition into a higher level of care, group home. We don't know. I would love to tell you exactly where we're going to be in 5 years, 10 years. I got no idea because God hasn't showed us yet. He hasn't showed us yet. But we know as soon as we get this structure done and the bedrooms in and the fire inspection complete, we can start taking care of foster kids. Right now, our heart is to keep family groups together. To find a foster placement for 2 siblings is tough. 3, really hard. More than that, virtually impossible. So that's where our heart is. Is that what'll happen? I don't know. Bottom line, if you are interested in partnering with us at all, you can physically help. We have some cards that'll give you the information. See us afterwards. Come out and walk the land. But honestly, everybody here, if we could ask you just to pray for us, we covet your prayer. There's a place for you. All right, we would love to invite you along. This has been an interesting, scary, but exciting ride, and we're just beginning. So hope to see you middle of May. If you can't make it, let me give you a card that has our website and our immediate prayer concerns and pray for us. Thank you for your time. We'll give it back to you. There's a lot more I could show you. I ran out of time and I didn't go through all the slides, but we'll get there. So Chris?
You can go also to their website. Is it faithwayministries.org, faithwayministries.org. You can see pictures, and there's other, I guess all that's on there as well. So faithwayministries.org, May 15th, good work day. So if you're able to do it in any capacity, we'll hope that you can do that, and perhaps there'll be some other future stuff along the way. let's see.